Welcome back, Suicide Fantasy Football, Week 10 wide receivers. Jim, you start with who you're adding at the wide receiver position.
I'm starting two guys. I'm adding two guys.
Okay.
I'm adding Michael Floyd. I think he's going to have a decent role towards the end of the year. I think Kevin Cobb's going to come back and throw the ball around a little bit. I already added Kevin Cobb. I think Andre Roberts has shown that he can be a little bit. I think Michael Floyd's going to get the red zone catches there. I think he's going to be somebody. Again, I'm not talking about somebody who's going to be a number one wide receiver. He's going to be a flex option depending on matchups throughout the end of the year. And the number two guy I'm adding is Donald Jones. Stevie Johnson is banged up. They got to throw the ball to somebody. Donald Jones is probably the second best option there, so I'm adding him.
All right, I'm adding Jerome Simpson just because he's going to be the number one guy if Percy Harvin's out. I know Christian Ponder's still throwing him the ball, but somebody's going to get some catches, and I'm calling him to be a guy who will average without Percy Harvin in the game 6 catches, 75 yards.
Yeah, 6 catches for 42 yards if he's
6 catches. That's not Christian Ponder. Yeah. Jerome Simpson, dude, started out his first week
if
back.
If he never did a flip, nobody would know who the hell Jerome Simpson was. God damn it.
It's not true. He's a very famous pot smoker.
He smoked weed and did a flip. People act like he's good.
I also think Ryan Broyles. I know Titus Young, what he did last week, but I will tell you, Ryan Broyles is the all-time leader in NCAA history, and that's for a reason. And I think he just could be a guy. Same thing. You're going to get 5 or 6 catches for 50-plus yards, even if they're little dinks and dunks, and you're going to find the end zone.
You know Damaris Johnson led the NCAA in total yards last year, right?
Yes.
How'd that do?
Not too good.
Okay.
Ryan Broyles is a little bit better than Damaris Johnson.
Okay.
And Matt Stafford right now is a little bit better than Mike Vick.
Okay.
And then I also like Emmanuel Sanders, dude. I think Emmanuel Sanders, if Antonio Brown...
Because you thought he played Webster, is that why? No.
It's pretty good.
That's Emmanuel Stewart, my bad.
Stewart?
Lewis, whatever.
Yeah.
Whoever it is.
And then my last guy's Amendola. Just watch your waiver wire. Make sure someone didn't drop Danny Amendola if they did grab him right away. Yeah, over everyone, I said.
Over everybody.
All right, who's your ad?
I did my
Oh, you did your ad. All right, who's sitting?
Who am I sitting? I'm sitting like 14 guys. I'm sitting every Tennessee wide receiver.
Okay.
I'm sitting every Ram wide receiver, and I'm sitting every Minnesota wide receiver. And if Brady Quinn plays, I'm sitting every Kansas City wide receiver. So you can name all the names you want from there. I ain't playing any of them guys.
I'm sitting Titus Young Sr.
Because you don't like his name.
I hate him.
Yeah.
I hate him and he screwed me. But I'm saying I don't think he's going to do well again this week.
Yeah. Okay.
I would play Ryan Broyles over Titus Young Sr.
Okay.
All right, who you cutting?
Justin Blackman.
Kendall Wright.
Justin
hurt
Blackman.
his elbow.
He hurt his elbow. Get rid of him. We got to cut him again. I pick up a wide receiver every week in that league. Keep going back and forth and back and forth. I'll pick up another one. Now Stevie Johnson's hurt. But Justin Blackman is, I think, the biggest disappointment so far in the draft this year.
I don't care if he caught a touchdown.
Yeah.
Pick him up and drop him.
One catch for 6 yards. Nothing to be talked about. It wasn't even a great catch. It was not that big a deal, and they sweated it like it was crazy.
Cecil Short's still the best receiver in Jacksonville.
Yeah. Justin Blackman's the third best receiver in Jacksonville right now.
Yep. All right, tell us what you think. Jim at Suicide Fantasy Sports, Eric at SuicideFantasySports.com. Subscribe to our videos below. 8 to 10 o'clock, we do Blogtalk Radio. 8 to 9, Fantasy Football Overload. 9 to 10, mostly Philly sports and Butts and Butt Sports Radio. Check us out. Check out Suicide Fantasy Football, too. It's the game we invented that will revolutionize the way people play fantasy sports.